Welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. We started a new and exciting project this past week on the farm. Seb is expanding his chook business. He wants to get a lot more chickens, so he wants to put them into a chook trailer. So there'll be 2 flocks, one in the current hen house and then another whole flock in a chook trailer that we will move around the paddocks. So he bought a second-hand trailer that had been used for carrying people who were picking fruit and vegetables. It had bench seats inside and gas struts to open up the sides. So basically it's just an open metal frame and with a roof, and then we built it in so that it will be secure for the chickens, so that they have a place to nest and a place to perch, and they can be locked away at night in the paddocks away from predators like foxes and feral cats. So we started with some really light paneling along the sides and the back, screwed all that in, and then gave it a coat of paint. It's had 2 coats now, but it will probably need at least 1 more to make it look more even. We're a little bit patchy, but also because we need to make it weatherproof. We are creating the nesting boxes out of old milk crates and cutting a portion out of the back. So what will happen is they will be stacked too high along one side of the trailer, and the gas strutted side will open up, and then Seb will be able to get in and grab the eggs from the back rather than going inside the trailer. We're also putting a slanted roof on that section so that the birds don't end up sitting and nesting and pooing all over the top of their nesting boxes. Hopefully that will make it much easier to clean. We're also going to put an AstroTurf layer on the bottom, so we should just be able to pull that out to do the cleaning. The idea here is to have the least amount of maintenance possible, but a really clean and good environment for the chickens to lay their eggs. And by having them out in the paddock, we can move them around, which will improve the soil of the paddock and also give the chickens a really good free-ranging experience. There will be a timer door so that they will be able to be locked away at night without us having to be out there to close the gate once they go to sleep. We have that current system on the current chook house and it works perfectly fine. All the chickens know to be in before it gets dark, and they're all perching and sleeping before the door closes. On the tow bar end of the trailer, we're going to put a platform which will have barrels for food and water storage, and then inside there will be the regular chicken feeders and water feeders that they will eat and drink from. We still need to create the perching area and figure out on which wall that's going to go. So along one of the long walls will be the nesting boxes, so it's whether the perches go from the back of the trailer or if they come from the other side down towards the nesting boxes. We've sort of got to figure that out, and also calculate how many chickens we're going to have in there and the amount of perching space we're going to need in order to accommodate all of those chooks. So we've made quite a bit of progress on it already, but there is still quite a bit left to go. It's a really fun project that we've all been pitching in to together, and Seb is really excited to be able to expand his business and get a whole lot more chickens. Before I share my current projects, this is the Mauri Tau pullover that I finished a little while ago. It is a fingering weight jumper with a motif on the yoke, and then the body is knit straight, and it has the same detail on the sleeve cuff and at the bottom. I really love this jumper. It's super comfortable and it's perfect for this time of year where it's not really cold just yet, but you need something that's going to keep you a little bit warm. I'll put the details in the description box below to my project page so you can check out the pattern for yourself. I'm really happy with this. I think that the detail on the motif is really beautiful and it came out really well and it fits great. So it's nice when a project comes together and you get a jumper that fits really well and that you really want to wear. Speaking of jumpers that you really want to wear, I've made some really good progress on my Radiate pullover. I have knit 25 centimeters of the body now, and to get it the same length as my previous one, which I'm quite happy with, I need to get down to 35 centimeters. But I'm thinking, that is before I start the bottom cuff. But what I'm thinking is I might actually start the cuff a little bit early. As I said last week, I want to incorporate some of this coloured ribbing pattern into the bottom of this version. So I'm sort of going to knit a little bit more, perhaps try it on and see where it hits me, and then decide where I'm going to start incorporating the grain again. And I don't think I mentioned this last week. What I would normally do with a jumper is that I would knit the sleeves before I finish the body, because I find that once you put a sleeve in, it sort of draws the whole body up, so you kind of have that, you need to know your length properly. So I would normally knit the sleeves first, but since I've already done one of these, I know how long the body needs to be. That's really good. And number two, because I'm knitting from one giant ball, I don't want to break the yarn for the body to knit the sleeves and then come back. So I'm going to continue and do the whole body first, and then I will have my large ball. I will weigh that, split it in half, and then I know how much I have left to do both of the sleeves. Then I can either knit them all in the brown or do some more green, which I probably will do just a little bit on the cuff anyway. But if I feel like the sleeves might end up being too short, if I don't have enough yarn, I can incorporate more of the green so that I get the sleeve length that I want and it is consistent with the pattern of the overall jumper. Other progress this week, I'm still working on the Caladinia cowl test knit, so I can't show you that just yet. I think it's another week until the pattern is released. I'm enjoying knitting on that, and I'm using some of my own tendril 4-ply yarn, and it is knitting up really beautifully soft, so I'm actually really looking forward to be able to wear that when it is done. The other knitting that I've done this week has been my first dishcloth of the year. I've shared before that I have knit a series of dishcloths for our kitchen, so that we're not using chucks and things that you just throw away. So we wash and reuse all of our dishcloths. Now we have a 3-cloth system. We have orange for cleaning the eggs, and as it comes into winter now, they tend to get muddier and more dirty, so we're using those cloths quite a lot, and they're the ones that I have started to knit again, because I did a few testers last year with some different textures in them, and I didn't get enough done during the winter, and we didn't really need them over summer. So I've knit one new one, and I've cast on another one, and I think these will sort of be my easy, mindless projects for a little while, rather than casting on another pair of socks right now. So orange for eggs, a latte cream colour for the coffee machine, and then a green colour for the benches and for the dishes. So once I have done a few more of the ones for the eggs, I will check the supply of the others, and I will probably make some more coffee and bench ones as well while I'm on a roll. And because we use them so much, I'm sure that some of the ones that I've made previously have started to wear out. So I will replenish those. And then once I've done a few of those, I'm sure I will want to go back to knitting socks again. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.